What is wrong with the Black community? What I've learned in my 40 years on this planet as a Black African American male. The problem within the Black community or the African American community is very simple. The vast majority of African Americans have bought into the idea that someone is going to come along, someone or some group of people, even the government, is going to come along and give the Black community, specifically the African American community, a financial windfall that will give us economic dominance over every other group in America, including but not limited to the white folk who founded this country. African Americans truly believe that because we are old or because we were used as free labor, a free labor source at the founding of the United States of America, that the universe has ordained that we are to receive a payout, an allotment of resources in exchange for that labor that our ancestors did. Because the vast majority of African American people believe that if they just try hard enough, someone or some entity within our governmental system is going to give them or give us an economic windfall, Black America feels that we don't have to do the day-to-day work that every other group in America does to build, maintain, and sustain communities. If you look around America, every group that operates with the understanding that in America, you get in what you put out. You get out what you put in. They work tirelessly. I'm talking about the Asian man or Indian man or the Middle Eastern man who lives in your neighbor, who owns the liquor store in your neighborhood, is working 16-hour days. Bro is up at 8 a.m. and he ain't leaving the business till 12 a.m., sometimes until 2 a.m. if you live in a state like California where you can't buy alcohol after 2 a.m. The Indian man is running motels all night long in the worst neighborhoods in America. I'm talking about folks getting deleted on a daily and nightly basis. Bro is in there taking your $25, $30 so you can go in there with Sally Rottencrotch and get your groove on for an hour or two, or smoke crack or whatever you want to do. Bro is in there, invested, doing something that no one else wants to do to get a dollar that no one else is willing to make the same sacrifice to get. You look at white folk. White folks work in the coal mines. White folks work in the sewers of America. They do tons of dirty jobs that nobody wants to do so that they can make a living to support and feed their family and contribute to the collective progress of their community. And the list goes on and on. The African American citizen of the United States would rather engage in a form of willful ignorance than accept the reality. Though you may be old, nobody, I agree that we're old. I agree that we are old. But though you may be old, nobody ever, 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 ever is gonna give you anything along the lines of reparations in the form of cash payments for the work that was done by the American descendants of African slaves and the African slaves that are their progenitors. Never, never, ever, 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 ever. And the sooner the African American community realizes that, the sooner the African American community will understand that it is time to put your head down, get to work, and start competing for the economic riches of this beautiful country that we call home, the United States of America, while simultaneously competing for the economic riches that are to be found across the globe. What is wrong with the Black community? The Black community is sitting still, stuck in suspense, waiting on a miracle that is never going to happen. Never, ever going to happen. And we believe in it so much, like a kid believing that Santa Claus is going to come down the chimney on Christmas Eve, that other groups, in particular, the liberal Caucasian female, have learned to use our belief in this miracle that we believe is going to happen. Our belief in this miracle. They have learned to use our belief in that miracle. They've learned to weaponize it against the African American community and use it as like a carrot on a string, a carrot on a stick, to hold out in front of us and move forward, side to side, back and forth, to manipulate us and make us do, to work us, manipulate us like puppets, and make us do their bidding. It's so bad that they got African Americans fighting for DEI, a situation in which we did not stand to benefit a single thing. I believe on the DEI priority list, African Americans were like 6th or 7th on the list. They used us to fight for diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility policy that we would never, ever, ever see the benefits of. How were they able to do that? They were able to do that because they held the carrot of reparations out in front of your face. They made you believe, even though they said they said out their mouth, we will never give it to you. They made you believe that they just had to say that to get elected. And as soon as they gain power, soon as they gain a dominant position in the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch, just as soon as we get all the power, we're going to turn around and say, you know what? Y'all know y'all our main thing. Y'all know we love you. Here you go. Here's $30 trillion worth of reparations. That is what's wrong with the African American community. Because it's like somebody who owns a home, right? Lost my light. It's like somebody who owns a home. If you're about to receive a windfall, like a settlement for $5 million, why fix up or maintain the raggedy old house that you're living in? Why do that? If you're gonna get a large lump sum of money, why fix up the raggedy old shack that you're living in at the moment? Once you get that lump sum, once you get that windfall, you'll be able to tear that old shack down and build you up a brand new pristine mansion on that property, or go to another community altogether and buy something 10 times as big, way nicer, way more elaborate, way more beautiful, and invite all your kinfolk to come on and stay with you. That's the Black community. Why save this old dusty, dying community when we're going to get reparations and we're all going to be balling and we're all going to be rolling on Easy Street? You don't feel the need to save something or build something or repair something or maintain something when you know that just in a little while you are going to receive a windfall of resources that will allow you to totally replace that old dilapidated house or community or car that you struggling to deal with, living in under duress at the time, at the moment. That's black America. Why do I gotta worry about throwing trash on the street in my neighborhood when in just a little while longer, and I'm going to get a big lump sum of money, and I could move up to Pacific Palisades. I could move up to Malibu. I could move up to Woodland Hills. I could move up to Saddle Ranch. I could move up to Corona Del Mar, and I don't got to deal with this mess. Why would I care about creating a neighborhood watch to protect the community in this old raggedy, rundown neighborhood, when pretty soon I'm going to get a windfall and I could move over to Beverly Hills? I could move over to Marina Del Rey. I could move over to Manhattan Beach, right? I could move over to Hermosa Beach. Why do I need to worry about South Central LA? Why do I need to worry about the dirty east side of Long Beach or the dusty north side of Long Beach? Why do I need to worry about Compton and make sure that that's improving and becoming safer for our community? They don't care about it, because in our minds, for one reason or another, the vast majority of African Americans believe that they are nothing more than a bunch of temporarily inconvenienced millionaires who are just waiting for their windfall to fall, their manna to fall from the heaven and put them on Easy Street for the rest of their life. If you agree with me, leave a comment down in the comment section. If you don't agree with me, leave a comment down in the comment section. If you don't know if you agree with me, leave a comment down in the comment section. And if you just want to say what's up, please leave a comment down in the comment section. Thank you for watching this. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Till the next time, peace.